Hello, 8th graders. Today we are going to prepare ourselves to learn about the planets over the next couple weeks. This is a pretty fun unit because most of the information that you are going to get about the planets is fairly new to you unless you have a personal interest and have done a little bit of digging on your own time in your life. Um, and another thing that makes it kind of cool is that there is only one standard really that goes with the planets. It says I can compare and contrast characteristics of the planets and moons in our solar system. Okay, well, because there's just that one general standard, that gives us a little bit of freedom to be able to just kind of sit back in the next couple weeks and just take in information. Okay, so today is going to be about figuring out for yourself how you are going to track and keep that information organized. Okay, and we can do it in a few different ways. I am going to be teaching the planets in 5 small sections. We're going to start out with the inner planets. That's Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, these little guys right here. And then we'll talk about the asteroid belt. The asteroid belt revolves around the sun right between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, and it separates the inner planets from the outer planets. Okay, number 3, we'll be talking about the gas giants, these outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Then we'll talk a little bit about comets and dwarf planets that exist right out here outside the orbit of Neptune. And then kind of as we go through the rest of them, we'll be talking about Newton's law of universal gravitation that holds everything together, that makes our solar system stay intact. Okay? My delivery of this information will be short recorded lectures on each planet, just little mini lessons on each planet telling you some of the defining characteristics, the things that make that planet different from the others. I'll talk about similarities of that planet as compared to the others. We'll talk about um, maybe some space exploration, some more recent discoveries, some historical discoveries. I'll have a couple short little videos for each planet. And then I'll also post a brief reading and accessing of a website. And that really, this part right here will really be taken care of with discussions if you are in person in class. If you're a distance learner, you might need to access a couple more things, okay? Your job is going to be to just tune in. Just tune into all the lectures, watch and listen to the additional video clips, and then keep track of your information. You're going to be gathering information on each of the planets and recording it in some way. So you could do a Google Slides. You could just have a slide for the overall structure of the solar system, and then a slide for each of the 4 inner planets, a slide for each of the 4 outer planets, a slide for the asteroids, a slide for the comets and dwarf planets. And then as you're watching the lecture and as we're having discussions in class, you can jot down what you've learned about each of the planets there. You can keep a nice and neat science journal if you're a good note taker. The science journal, I would require you to also include diagrams and pictures labeled. I would require you to keep your notes in kind of a bulleted format or an outline format rather than just jotting down sentences, just to keep our information really clear. Or you could use some of the foldables that I will provide, and I'll show you those in just a second. If you have another idea of how you want to track this information, that's fine. I would recommend checking in with me just to make sure that it is a method that is going to get the job done, that is going to allow you to track a lot of information, okay? So the foldables that I will be providing on the Google Classroom for today, You have a couple different links here. One is a flip book, and if you are at home, you can print this off. If you are in class, I will provide you with a paper copy. If you would like to do this, this version of keeping your notes organized and you're a distance learner and you don't have a printer, email me, let me know. I can have one printed for you and have it at the school for you to pick up, okay? So this is kind of you cut out, here would be the cover of it, and then you would cut out each of these little sections, and then they get progressively longer so that they kind of stair step down and you can see them all. And then you would just write down your information for Mercury right there, Venus right there, and so on. Okay, that's one of the foldables. The other foldable is a circle book. Let's see if I can get back here. Here we go. Circle book is kind of the same deal. Again, if you can print this out at home if you're a distance learner. If you can't, let me know and I can have one printed and have it waiting at the school for you. But it's the same kind of thing. It's just a different way of organizing all of your information in a nice and clear, organized way. And then you end up with a little book that looks like this, okay? Again, if you have another idea for how to organize your thoughts, share that with me and we'll see if that'll work for you. Otherwise, today is just about thinking about that and figuring that out, and communicating with me if you're a distance learner and you need any supplies from me. If you're going to do a Google Slides, I would like for you to take the time today to set up those slides and label them with all of the names of the planets in order. You can look right here at this diagram to get yourself started. And we will be ready to hit the ground running tomorrow when we start our first lecture on the planet Mercury. All right, I will talk to you soon.